Hey guys, welcome to Digit, and in this video we're going to be going through the TP-Link TD-W8901N wireless N ADSL2 plus modem router and understanding in which scenarios this router would be optimal for you. Now this is an all-in-one solution, which means this thing has an ADSL modem, a NAT router, that's a network address translation router, 4-port switch, wireless access point, all built in to the same device. So it becomes quite versatile and is capable of working with a lot of telecommunication providers within the country. You can also use it for different types of internet connections. So the only exceptions to this rule would be in case there is a MAC address binding on the internet connection that you're getting from, and for that reason TP-Link has included a little notice that comes in the box. This is applicable to certain ISPs, that happens to be Connect, which is in Punjab, Tata Teleservices, which is Pan India, or MTS, that is in Rajasthan. So in such a situation, what happens is your internet connection is actually bound to the physical MAC address of your existing router, and you need to find that using the getMAC command in your command prompt, or if you're using Linux, it's a different command altogether. And once you get that MAC address, you need to clone the MAC address onto this device in order for this to be recognized by your ISP. So that is what this little instruction leaflet refers to, the whole process of cloning the registered MAC address from your existing router onto this one. Now coming to this router, you have several indicator LEDs on the front. This goes through power, your line in, whether it has internet connection or not, whether your Wi-Fi is enabled or not, whether it's locked or not, and then you have 4 ports for your Ethernet connection. And you can see that this is a single antenna device. It's a wireless N150 Mbps, which is quite decent for most households, and this is a budget router on top of that. On the bottom side, you can see all the different ports. It goes from power socket on the extreme left hand side, and then you have the on-off switch in order to power it. There's a Wi-Fi switch at the top that enables or disables your Wi-Fi. Underneath that, you have a little hole under which there's a button, so you need a pin in order to trigger this button. If you trigger it once, it will switch on WPS, so that's wireless protected setup. It allows you to connect without using a password. If you keep it pressed for about 5 seconds or 10 seconds, then you'll reset the router in case you have to do that. Then you have 4 ports for LAN. All of these happen to be 100 megabit ports. As you can see, the pin connections are not in all 8 lines. And then you have one ADSL port. This is where you'd insert your phone line from your splitter. On the bottom of your router, you have certain additional information pertaining to this particular device. You have the TP-Link SSID. That's how you'd identify this device on a wireless connection. So if you're using your phone to set this up, then you should look for this particular SSID. Underneath that, you have the wireless password or PIN, which is particular to this device only again. And if you're setting it up, you also need an IP address or a domain in order to access the device. So that happens to be TP-Link modem.net. So for TP-Link Wi-Fi devices that don't have a modem built in, it's TP-Link Wi-Fi.net, and for modem devices, it's TP-Link modem.net. These things can change over time, so you should always refer to the documentation in order to figure out exactly what it is. And you can also see some screw holes for mounting this on a wall, additional screws in case you want to disassemble it and repair this. Ideally, you don't want to do that. So that was a quick overview of the TP-Link TD-W8901N. It's a wireless N150 Mbps router. That too, it goes for ADSL 2+ connection. Thank you.